latest innovation and how they can make your life easier and better. For those who do not know, the NIMC had launched the NIN Authentication Service for secure and seamless identity authentication and verification for all government services. Now, as President Tinubu approves the use of NIN authentication across ministries, departments, and agencies, the federal government of Nigeria has approved the launch of the NIMC NIN authentication for secure and seamless identity verification. Now, the president has directed the use of the NIN authentication for the ministries, departments, agencies. This is in line with NIMC's mandate to regulate a reliable national digital identity for citizens and legal residents to affirm their identity. Now, the launch of the NIN authentication, that is NIN Auth, that's how it's short formed. It's a cutting-edge suite of services that include web, API, and mobile verification designed to enhance data security, protect privacy, and simplify access to government services. And this is part of the president's renewed hope agenda in strengthening the national identity management system. And joining me to have this conversation is the spokesperson for NIMC, Mr. Kayode Adegoke. Thank you, Kayode, for joining us. Also joining Kayode is let me get his name properly. I'm still trying to pronounce his name properly. I hope I don't get into trouble. Shola Amurewaye is the head software development at NIMC. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us, and I hope I did not murder someone's name.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be back again on Maryann Info, and thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Amure, Mr. Amure, I would like to see your face if you don't mind.
Okay.
Lovely.
Good evening.
Evening. Can
you
do me a favor and pronounce your name properly?
Yes, I forgive my head. The name is Olushola Amurawaye.
Amurawaye. I got it. I'm never going to lose track of that. Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Kayode, let's start with you, and then Ms. Amura will walk us through the whole software, the system and how it works. Why is this very important for the NINC? Because what I'm hearing is for access to ministries, departments, and agencies. How does this, help the average Nigerian to get access to NIMC and cut through all, the bottlenecks that we have to experience, and sometimes we having to come to your office?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Let me first and foremost say a big thank you to Nigerians and legal residents for the steadfast support so far towards the achievement of the NIMC's mandate. I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will recall that in 2023, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR assumed office, one of the cardinal points of his administration is the strengthening of the National Identity Database. And as you are aware, based on the Act number 23 of 2007 that empowers NIMC to regulate a reliable, credible, and secure national identity database, it behoves on NIMC to ensure that the NIN, which is the National Identification Number, the harmonization process, the authentication processes, and also the verification processes are secured and seamless. And in so doing, when Engineer Dr. Abiso Ekoka Odushote, the DGC of NIMC, when she came on board in 2023 as well, she made it as part of our 5-point agenda to ensure that all NIMC processes are seamless, they are secured, and they are foolproof, and to ensure that Nigeria can access the issuance of NIN and also access some of our services seamlessly without ASUS. And you will recall that in time past, we have come out with the self-service modification to ease modification of data across board, meaning that applicants or NIN holders no longer need to go to our various offices to modify the data. Rather, that can be done from the comfort of their homes and offices. Any data in terms of maybe date of birth modification, name change, phone number, addresses can be done through the self-service modification portal. I've been on this program and I've enlightened them, but I'm still going to enlighten them again, that for them to change their data, they have to download, they have to go through it through the self-service modification.nimc.gov.ng. self-service modification.nimc.gov.ng. When you go to this modification portal, you can change your date of birth, modify your date of birth, modify your name, modify your phone number, and so on and so forth. Now, however, on the NIN authentication, like I said, part of NIMC mandate is to regulate a credible, reliable, and secure national identity database, and by extension, to ensure ease of verification and authentication. Meaning that when Nigerians want to get government services, for instance, you want to get Nigerian passport, or you want to register your company through the Corporate Affairs Commission, or you want to get your driver license, or you want to get a loan as a Nigerian student through the NELFON, or you want to get any credit from the credit corps, or you want to register for the health insurance through the NHIA, all you need first is your NIN. Your NIN will be added by these respective government agencies. Now, in time past, the system, the way it runs was that once your NIN is submitted, that NIN will be verified to ensure that the person submitting the NIN is actually the owner of the NIN. However, the system has changed. Now we have automated the process, whereby the power to verify, the power to authenticate that NIN is now in the hands of the NIN holders, unlike what was obtainable before, which was in the hands of the agencies accessing that NIN. But now, the NIN holder must give approval before verification can take place. I'll cite an example. Maybe you've lost your mobile number or phone and you want to do a SIM replacement. When you go to any of the telcos, they will ask for your NIN. Now, when that NIN is being verified, once you have downloaded the application or the app on Google or iOS, a pop-up message will come and ask you for you to give permission to that verification.
Okay.
If you are not going to permit it, then verification will not take place. Meaning that no one can use your NIN without your authorization. Now, the NIN authentication gives the NIN holders also the power to determine the level of access the verification agent will have. For instance, if it means that what the verification agent wants to access is just the date of birth, anything outside the date of birth will not be permitted by the NIN holders. That is what NIMC has done. And for me, I must give kudos to our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because what we have now was not obtainable in the past. So the processes now are going on seamlessly, are being automated to ensure that Nigerians don't go through the harrowing experiences of physically going to our offices or trying to access government services, and the verification is giving an issue. But now the process is seamless, is secured and safe. And another thing which Engineer Dr. Adegoke has said during our speech when we had a media party was that she will continue to drive multiple layers of security of the NIN. And the NIN authentication is one of those. So for NIN authentication, it is part of building credible, reliable, multi-layer data security for the NIN and for the verification processes. So that is what we have done. So we are encouraging Nigerians to download this app, NIN Auth, on Google Play Store, on iOS App Store, Apple Store. That can be downloaded. Once they download it, any verification authentication that want to take place will have to be permitted by the NIN holders before such will take place. Without the NIN holder, verification cannot take place. So we are putting back the power in the hands of the NIN holders. Just like I mentioned about the self-service modification, it is the NIN holders that has the power to modify his or her record. You know, in time past, we've talked about the issue of extortion. People have called on this program to say they went to a particular local government, they asked them to bring XYZ amount of money to do modification. But now that has been eliminated. So what the DJ has done now and the management of NIMC is that
Kayode, are you still there?
The part to modify your data is in your hand. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, go ahead. For a minute there, we lost you, but thank you very much, Kayode. Let's come to Olushola. You are the guy. I would please ask that you turn on your video so we can see you. You're the guy who's behind the software that's been developed, and people are wondering, do I need to own a phone that has internet to be able to do all of these things? I mean, because a lot of people do not have access to, they don't have laptops, they don't have iPads, they don't have these type of cell phones. So do you need to have that kind of gadget to be able to access this portal that you have created?
All right. Thank you very much for that very interesting question. One thing I would like to assure you and the general public is that NIMC is all about inclusivity.
Okay.
So yes, we understand for a fact that not everybody will have that your kind of phone.
Mm-hmm.
So there are other means of using this secured NIN authentication solution. As my colleague Kayode has said, it's a multi-layered approach which is tailored to fit every individual that has been registered and has an NIN. So aside from somebody downloading the app, either from the iOS store or from the Google Play Store, we also have the in-person verification. That means somebody that needs to access a verification service somewhere and does not have a smartphone. So the person has the opportunity of doing a biometric authentication. Because remember, all this is trying to do is to make sure that the owner of the NIN is given an express approval for his data to be verified and authenticated. So we have the in-person scenario in which the NIN holder will be physically present and a biometric authentication will be done using the facial matching process. This is an AI-driven process that uses cutting-edge technology to make sure that the person that is standing there for identity verification service is the real person and is a living human being. So we also have that. And aside from this also, we have other segment of the solution that will involve OTP through the SMS service and so on. So we are rolling all these facets of the app out there for the general public to make sure that nobody is left behind and no citizen of Nigeria or a registered legal resident is excluded from accessing identity authentication and verification services. Thank you.
Yeah, I love how this has come out because I think earlier this year I had one of your representatives on the show, and the bigger question that everyone was asking, in fact, one of the biggest issues that people complained on the show was about the fact that people were connecting random numbers to their NIN unbeknownst to them. You know, and I was thinking, how do people have access to attach numbers randomly to an NIN that we were told was the most secured number? For example, that should be our social security number, as if we were in the US. So how do people get access to connect random numbers and in fact take loans with those numbers and give somebody's NIN, you know, to the loan apps and say, well, this is my NIN. And so when they're looking for the person to pay back, they now start calling the original owner of the NIN, who has no idea that another number had been connected to their NIN. For me, it makes my brain go poof. How does that even work? You're the tech guy here.
Okay, so it's all based on the fact that there's a disconnect somehow in the verification process. So what you are describing now is a scenario whereby, like a SIM registration scenario, whereby people are supposed to provide their NIN before they can be issued a SIM or activate their SIM card, but then they are providing other NINs that is not their own. So just like, again, from what Kayode has said earlier, before now, people can just put a NIN, whether it's your own or not, and then at the service point where you want to request a service and you are supposed to provide your NIN, the NIN, which is not yours, can be inputted, okay? And if the service provider is not following a due diligence process, we'll just accept it and continue. However, what we have tried to do, even before the launch of the NIN Auth, is provide a real-time identity verification and authentication service, which the Commission deployed. However, in the aim of improving the service, that is where NIN Auth comes in. So it means that just supplying my brother's NIN now does not mean that I can successfully assume his identity to claim a service. A biometric authentication has to happen. And if I'm using the online service, that means my brother will even get a notification or at his own end that somebody is requesting to verify his name for the purpose of maybe applying for a loan. He will get that notification. And if he's not aware of such a transaction and it is not even him, he will just simply click the decline button and that verification will stop.
So the power now lies with us. So now we can tell, this is just, for example, if somebody signs in to your Google anywhere in the world, or even if you are trying to sign into your Google from anywhere in the world, it sends you a message to say, is it you or not? So you have the right to say it's me or it's not me.
Precisely. And furthermore, not just telling you somebody is trying to verify your identity, it will also indicate to you the information, the data the person is requesting about you. So if I'm actually trying to receive a service from a service provider, and all of a sudden, I know that if I go to the center, I will probably be asked for my first name, last name, middle name, and date of birth. And telling me that this service provider is also asking for my state of origin. Is asking for the address of my wife or my house, and so on. I will see the data points the service provider is requiring. And if it's beyond what is in the service agreement, I can just decline that verification. And then it stops from there. In addition, the citizen also has the power to revoke a given consent. For instance, so if you have given consent for a service, and later on you discover that the service provider is not adhering to the service level agreement or what they are supposed to do with your information, you can actually use the app and revoke that consent, making the service provider liable for prosecution or any other steps you may wish to take, because it will be recorded that you have revoked the approval you gave to your identity to be used. Thank you very much.
Lovely. So, and this app, is it ready to use? Can we, if we all go to our app stores now, can we find it?
Absolutely,
yes.
You will find it.
Okay, Kayode. Okay.
Absolutely. And I hope after the end of this program, I'll give you a call 10-15 minutes after to find out if you have downloaded the app so that you can have a user experience. So you'll be able to tell Nigerians and legal residents about your experience. But I'm sure that you will love the interface, you will love the app. And like in addition to what Mr. Amurawaye said, one of the things we are trying to do is to provide multi-layered security on the name. You understand? And Nigerians, NIMC does not compromise on security of Nigerian on the security of Nigerians' data. Nigerians' data is safe, secured, and foolproof. We don't compromise on that. So that's why we are telling Nigerians they should go out, they should go to Google Play Store, go to iOS App Store, download this. The app is NINAUTH, NINAUTH.
I'm going to my app store now. I need to do it as you're talking about it, so I can actually tell what it looks like. It's called NINAUTH, NINAUTH, right?
Yes.
NIN.
And make sure you have a NIN close by.
Oh, I don't know it by heart, but I'm sure I have it somewhere. We're going to go on a break, Lagos. When I come back from the break, I will show you the interface on my phone. Hopefully the cameras can zoom close enough to show you what it looks like, or probably my guys from the back end would also try to see if they can download it so you can see what it looks like. We'll be right back. We're still talking with representatives of NIMC, and we're looking at the new NIN authentication app. You have to start downloading it. It's NINAUTH. Go look for it on the App Store and download it. When we come back, we'll walk you through the registration process together. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
talk, news, and sports after this.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Help build strong bones with Vitabiotics Osteocare from the UK. The supplement that's not just calcium, but also contains scientific cofactors better absorption into the bones. Nourish your bones, teeth, and muscles with Osteocare. In Nigeria, we need calcium for our children through adult life and especially for our seniors to help prevent stunted growth, broken bones, and osteoporosis. Osteocare scientific formula, not just calcium for strong bones from Vitabiotics UK, available in pharmacies around you.
Mama, they don't dash me 20,000 naira woof.
My pikin, who they dash 20,000 naira for this kind time?
That they dash everybody will get smart cash account 20,000 naira.
You mean them go dash me 20,000 naira a woof too?
Yes, so mama. That they dash all old and new smart cash users 20,000 naira woof.
Oh yeah, tell your yard people make them dial *939# or download Smart Cash app to open their own account. Make themselves enjoy 20k a woof. Every time when you buy airtime or pay bills with Smart Cash, you go chop inside your 20k. Terms and conditions they shall.
I don't see my own a woof. Oh.
Smart Cash, powered by Airtel.
Topisto tomato mix don't show. Topisto tomato mix na tomato mix where Mohan Agro Foods they produce. Them the producer for Calabar for Cross River State. It is inside a very beautiful 70-gram sachet and na 50 sachet it is inside 1 carton. It is thick and tasty, and if you choose and take cook stew, jollof rice, sauce, egusi, spaghetti, eforiro, and water better correct wakis them. Waiting make Topisto tomato mix different, not the taste, and you fit find out for all leading supermarket and for any market where they near you. If you want make them supply you or you want be distributor, make you call 0704 800 0558 or 0803 570 0177. Topisto tomato mix. The difference, not the taste.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo.
My ions, please, can't get enough. My ions, please, give it to me now. It go rehydrate you, yeah. Replenish your ions with Pocari Sweat. Rehydrate you faster, easily observe. Pocari Sweat, give me some more. Pocari Sweat.
All right. Business meeting in Banjul on Monday, then back to Lagos for the family dinner on Tuesday. Oh, can't wait for the boat cruise in Banjul on Wednesday. And then Friday, I will...
Hold up, all in 1 week? Do you realize Banjul isn't just across the street?
Well, with ValueJet's new routes, it's easier than ever.
That's right. Enjoy affordable flights, reliable service, and a smooth travel experience with ValueJet from Lagos to Banjul and back. Come along and experience Banjul, the smiling coast of Africa, with us. Book now at www.flyvaluejet.com.
ValueJet. Wings for everyone.
No be party jollof dey same.
Abeg, make nothing hungry you again today.
Na your pregnant wife dey follow talk so.
Neighbor, abeg,
neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, wetin be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Chef.
For For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, the phone lines are open. We're still talking on the Hard Facts with Olushola Amurawaye. He is the guy in charge of data and, of course, research and development of this particular app that NIMC has brought out. It's called the NIN Authentication App. NIN Auth. Yes, I'm on the app right now. It's trying to verify my identity, but it keeps telling me that user not found. They've taken a picture of my face, but they can't find my face on the app. Dear, could this be a case of that I've added weight? I'm looking older. What's the problem? Anyway, Mr. Shala is still with us. So, Mr. Shala, this is the question that I was asking this whole time. That how do we know that this app will not give us problems? I mean, I'm trying to walk my audience through it, but even I can't get past the first phase of it. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, very well.
All right. Go ahead. So I am at the very first part of the app where it says verify your identity. Now, I do take a picture and follow the prompt, but then it tells me that I'm not found on the system. Maybe it's because of my face. I'm looking older because I did my NIN years before it became a thing. So I don't know what could be responsible for that. Yes, I did it years ago. Years ago when I lived in Port Harcourt. Years ago, before NIN became a thing, before Buhari's administration.
Okay, all right. So I understand the challenge. The N9 was actually in place even before the previous administration.
Yes, yes.
I'm privileged to be seeing you in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And my observation, I just want to ask a question first. Just before the break, I asked that when you are trying to onboard yourself on the app, make sure you have your N9 available. So the N9 you are putting must be actually yours.
It is mine.
That is one. And then number two, when it is time to do the selfie capture, if it the requirement
Which I'm doing right now. I'm doing it right now. It tells you to move closer. Then it captures your face and tells you to move in different directions. I'm doing that. Well, it's submitting now, but then it tells me that no enrolled user found.
Okay, so from what I can observe from here, I can see that the lighting may not be sufficient.
The lighting is great. The lighting is superb. This is a very lit studio. Very well lit.
Okay, maybe it's from the way I'm looking at it from where I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So and then you need to make sure that there are no external artifacts where you are. Things like the background.
Oh, so it has to be a non-busy
Things
background.
like the background, you must make sure. Yes, it should be a non-busy background, and then things like the eyeglasses. the headphone,
Yeah,
anything that. Yeah, so all of this needs to be taken away before you can actually proceed to sign up on the app.
So I did that when I was on the break. Without my glasses, without my headphones, I did that, and I still had this no enrolled user found. So maybe I look like a different person now. This app is segregating. Maybe I look fatter and older.
Well, okay. Well, I wouldn't know that.
Anyway, I want to open up the phone lines so that people. Yeah, I know. It's just because I can't get past this phase of it, so I can't really tell my listeners and the viewers on our live stream how this works. But you can go quickly, download the app. The first part that you will see would ask you to either scan a QR code or sign up with your NIN. Now, once you're able to get past that process, it now tells you to do the face scan. So you take a selfie and, follow the prompts. Where does it take you to next, Mr. Olushola?
So once you are verified on the selfie, an OTP will be sent. You will be asked to provide your email address, which you are going to use with the app, or a phone number, so that where you'll be getting your one-time password notifications. So once these are set, you will now be prompted to also put a PIN on the app.
Okay.
So you'll be prompted to put a 6-digit PIN, which is something that's going to be private to you, so that no other person can unlock the app on your phone, more like you have with your banking applications. So once you have set that, then you are good to go. At that stage, you'll be taken to your dashboard, the user dashboard on the NIN Auth app, and then you can see a representation of your data in the National Identity Database, including your photograph as it is stored there.
Okay.
You'll see your name, you'll see a portion of your NIN, and so on.
All right.
And then you can see other services you can consume on the solution. The solution is highly secure. That's talking about the NIN Auth. So if you go under the settings, you can make certain configuration, which includes that you want to be using your fingerprint to unlock the app, not just the PIN. You can make other settings as well. Maybe you want to change your PIN, you want to reset your device, and so on. You can do all of that under the settings. And then you see another section of the app, which shows all the approvals you have given for your identity to be verified. So if you see anyone that you have not approved that is showing up there, then you need to let us know, so that but that is something that should never happen, because that means there's a compromise somewhere. Either somebody have had access to your device or something.
Okay.
Now,
go ahead.
Then also there's another section where you revoke consent that you have given.
Where you revoke the consent that you've given, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have very little time. So I have very little time, and I want to bring Lagosians in so that they can ask questions. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Post your comments. We're talking about the new NIMC application. It's an authentication app. You can download it on your iOS or on your Play Store. Go download it now. NINAUTH. That's the name of the app. And we'll walk you through the process. But if you have questions about your NIN or the fact that you think it's compromised, the phone lines are open. 0201 277 0993, 0201 277 0993. If you are a lady, call 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 465 7190. You can send me a WhatsApp message 08095975 We still have Olushola Amurawaye joining us live on Zoom, and he's joining us live from Abuja. If you're watching us live, you can see him and you can ask questions, join the conversation. 60 seconds, go straight to the point. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening. I'm coming from Okota.
Okay.
In UVC.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tried doing this NIN stuff, and the same thing was happening. Just exactly what you were explaining. Move closer. You're trying to put your face to tell you move closer, and it took me several days for me to do a verification, because sometimes they'll tell you, okay, let the lights be brighter or something. So I had to, instead of doing it myself, I had to go to NIN, one of the NIN outlets to do the capturing and everything, and it took me 2 days.
Wow.
Before it was not like having to, and a prompt will pop up and tell you that my device has been used, of which I have not used my device before to register for NIN before. So I was wondering where the information was coming from. So I feel like it's compromised. One week for going to NIN outlets to do the to do the change.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So she's saying that, I mean, you heard everything she said, Mr. Lushala, did you?
Yes. Oh, yes. So thank you for that question. From what she has said, I can understand that she's trying to use our self-modification service. It's an online web portal, which is not the NIN Auth. NIN Auth is a recent addition to the NIMC stack of technologies. However, let me address the issue she has spoken about. So she complained that she has issue doing the selfie matching until she had to go to a NIMC center. So part of it's a self-service solution, quite all right. And then you need to have the necessary equipment to be able to access it properly. So we are capturing photograph. That means the photograph has to be of a particular quality and grade. So if you have a smartphone, quite all right, but the camera quality is not sufficient to capture your selfie in the required quality, you may have issues. So what she did eventually was to go to a NIMC center where the commission has provided an assisted modification service. This is to cater for people that, number one, may not have the device of the required specification, or two, may not even have any device at all before she could get the service. So anybody can walk into a NIMC center and say, I want to use the self-modification service, but I do not have a capable device, or I have no device at all. So when you go like that, there are NIMC staff that are trained. They will assist you in doing that service. Okay. And she also mentioned of an issue about maybe a device is locked or unlocked. So this is another layer of security that the commission has put in place.
Okay.
Because the self-service modification portal has been existing for over a year now, getting close to 2 years that we have it there to ameliorate some problems faced by Nigerians having to go somewhere else to do their modification. So, but we realize that some people are also milking the public on this service that's supposed to be available and they can consume themselves. So you find people operating different kind of centers and asking people to come and submit their data to them. So the commission has put in additional security in place on the modification portal, making sure that users are logged. Once you use the service, you've registered, you are required to be on that device to avoid situations whereby people will just be using any other device, and they may be forced to use a device that has some hidden malware on it that will compromise their data.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's take a few more calls.
Just to add that
she should do what? Sorry, you suggest that she should do what?
Okay, so I don't think she has tried the NIN authentication app, the NIN Auth. The experience she described is for the self-service modification portal, for which the commission has also made an assisted service available in all centers nationwide.
Okay, so she needs to download this new one. That way she would be able to get access. All right, let's take another call. Hello.
Hello.
Turn off your radio.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Alan calling from VI. Thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, I get very pissed off when Nigerians start to think that other Nigerians are not serious. I'm also an IT person, please, and I just followed exactly what you were saying. Mine went beyond what you were saying. It's supposed to send me an OTP to my email. Till now, I'm waiting for it.
Wow.
And then I'm wondering, and we all know the stories behind most of these things. We are IT people, and trust me, you have over 50 million IT people in Nigeria. And as you're talking, they are laughing. Now, I will show you something. When you want to know a serious person, go to the reviews on your app. I go to reviews on apps on different things, and I see developers respond to reviews there. The people write reviews. Developers respond there on it. Are you responding to the reviews there on your on the app when people go to download it? What is the app rating on it? Come on, let's be serious. Speak intelligently to us. Thank you.
All right, Alan. Thank you very much. Mr. Lushala, he's saying that have you gone to the apps themselves on these Play stores or on the iOS stores to respond to the complaints that and the reviews that you're getting?
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Alan. I believe that is his name, for your very insightful contribution and suggestions. So the responses and the comments from people have been monitored in the Play Store, and this will be addressed. Remember, technology is an improving process, and this app is just launched, and we are getting the feedback, which is very, very important to make sure that this solution works as expected and designed. So we are getting all this feedback, and you will see it in continuous improvement of the solution. Be it as it may, we have taken the step of bringing this up, and the intention is to make sure that service is delivered to Nigerians as easily and as securely as possible. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to read you a quick message from WhatsApp. I think I saw somebody from a papa there. Kemi.
Okay, I've opened a couple. This person says, what about if someone's NIN is suspended? Can the app still work out? This person also says, I tried taking a selfie now. It's saying no enrollment found.
That's the same problem I had. No enrollment found. But there's a bigger question. Someone's asking, if their NIN has been suspended, can they still get access to the app?
Okay, so if your NIN is suspended, the first thing we need to consider is why was it suspended in the first place? So before, what we observe is that people submit their data for some agents, unauthorized agents, whoever they may be, to carry out modification of their data when they are not present.
Okay.
Remember, one of the things I said is that we want to make sure that the person consuming the service is an actual person. In NIMC, we don't have any service that you can consume either to enroll for an NIN or to modify your data without your physical presence being recorded.
Okay.
So, but some people want to take a shortcut. They will say, oh, you want to change your name, you want to correct your name, just pay X, Y amount of money, I'll go and do it for you. You don't need to leave, you don't need to move an inch. So all of these are done without the actual biometric of the person being used.
Okay.
And on our system, we have processes for integrity check that detects this kind of solutions. I mean, this kind of rogue enrollments, let me put it that way. Sometimes the citizens may not even know what is happening, because you are telling somebody, I need to go to NIMC center to do a modification, and the person is telling you, look at the traffic, look at this, you don't need to bother yourself, just give me the data, I'll go and modify it for you. So you look for the easy way out. So this is the reason why some of these things happen. But to answer the question very quickly, all the person needs to do is to go to a NIMC center where the biometrics, the photograph, and the fingerprints will be captured to make sure that, yes, this person actually wanted to modify his or her record. Now, this has to happen before the person can use the NIN Auth app.
Okay.
Because we are making sure that it is authenticated people that can use the app. Thank you.
Is that also not, in closing, because I have to go, we're out of time, is that also not the reason why, because I thought that this self-service app was going to reduce the number of people who are lining up in front of your office. But if you're saying that people still need to go to your office to get certain things done, are we not going to have another crowd again and everybody just rushing down to the NIMC office?
Okay, so the self-service portal is designed for the purpose you have just described, to make sure that you can carry out your modification of your data where necessary from the comfort of your house. And if you do it the proper way, you can do it without any issue. However, for somebody that has gone through the wrong route inadvertently or deliberately, that person has to come to revalidate his or her biometrics.
All right.
So that the NIN can now be unsuspended. Thank you very much.
Well, I wish we had all the time to continue this conversation, but I'm hoping you come back to us again. Olushola Amurawaye is the head software development of NIMC, and we were joined earlier by Kayode Adegoke, who is the spokesperson for the NIMC. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will give you feedback, my personal feedback, when I walk myself through, the app itself.
All right. Thank you for having me on your show. It's been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please spread the NIN app. Thank you.
All right. Well, Lagos, that's almost all the time that I have. Kemi's here with some information, but don't forget, tomorrow is Hard Facts Awards. My name is Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts.
Hey Lagos, so word of the street is that Tom Tom is rolling in on the coolest wheels, and by wheels I mean the sweetest bars on wheels. That's right, Lagos. The Tom Tom breathe through each verse.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.